We are visiting today the Sunlorenzo SL102 Asymmetric. I'm going to explain more about what Asymmetric stands for during this video. Now, this boat is offered for sale from her second owner. She was built in 2021 to RINA specifications, commercial specifications. She has 5 cabins for 9 guests and accommodation for 5 crew. Now, this video is going to be very detailed. I'm going to provide you some design and aesthetic information, as well as a lot of technical information along this video. And if you want to learn more about this boat, visit her webpage by using the link at the video description below. You will find her present asking price, photos, specification list, and additional information. We are starting this video here from an anchorage place in South Turkey, a lot of neighboring boat. We are on the foredeck of the SL102 Asymmetric. To our port side, to our starboard side, there is another Sunlorenzo 106. Let's dive into the detail in this Asymmetric 102 SL. We can see here 2 large and massive windlasses. Each one of them is connected to 100 meters of chain. Beautiful seating arrangement here facing forward, and up there on the coach roof, which is now covered, there is a beautiful sunbathing arrangement. Now, from here you can start to understand what Asymmetric stands for. On the port side you can see there are stairs going down, and on the starboard side there is a passage leading you astern. So we will start to make our way slowly astern. You can understand down here the condition of the teak decks, and this table can be modified and the height can be changed, and it can go down and become a kind of another sunbathing area. Moving astern, this is the area where the master cabin is. You can see a very large window facing forward. Now it's shaded. And then again you can see the asymmetric construction. There is a upper deck here, and down here there is a passage to the stern. Very small corrections down here. Very tiny corrections need to be done here. The black color, no matter the quality, is always somehow fading quite quickly when facing to the sun. We are making our way astern. This large windows is for the master cabin, and the master cabin has its own door which can lead to the forward deck. Moving astern, there is another door here coming, leading to the galley. This one, which allows the crew to serve either to the foredeck or the aft deck without passing in the salon. From here you can see the huge windows all the way from top to bottom, and this will be your view when you are sitting in the salon. We will see it very soon when we get into the interior part of the boat. Now here we are in the aft deck. It's a beautiful seating arrangement here. There are 2 tables which can be adjusted electrically, and they are connected with another piece, this one here. So you can actually have a very large table which will accommodate up to 12 sitting guests around it. Shading, kind of a sun awning, protecting from the sun which is coming now from the top and from the back. And we will proceed now up to the fly bridge, and here again you can see that in this side there is no passage, referring to the asymmetric design, and they are very convenient stairs leading up. In the night they have very nice light system underneath. Maybe we can see one of them. There is a LED light down here on each one of the stairs, which makes it very magical and nice. And here we are in this beautiful flybridge. Let's have a look around before we dive into the details. It's a very spacious and well arranged flybridge. Let's step astern, and here there is a kind of a summer kitchen with the barbecue, electrical barbecue, frying pan, deep sink. It's all made with stainless steel. Sun bathing arrangement. There are very large 3 sun bathing beds here. And at the very end there is a large glass protection. Let's see if we can see the water platform from here. Beautiful water platform, which we are going to visit very soon. It's hydraulic water platform, so you can lower it and have a very nice beach club. We are turning the camera facing forward. You can see all the navigation instruments here on the mast, VHF machines, GPS, satellites. We are moving forward, and we can see here this beautiful cozy seating arrangement, L-shaped. And another al fresco dining table, which will seat 8 people comfortably around it, maybe even 10. Now this flybridge has 2 kind of side doors. These are the doors, and you can actually reach outside and step forward and reach the sunbathing area here on the superstructure, this one. So it's really nice arrangement, very convenient to reach. The sunbathing area is nearly leveled, so you can feel quite safe. And the same thing from the other side, the same passage. Now then again, there is a little bit issue with the color. There is no chemistry that can fight the sun fading, but since this area is very local, it is quite easy to correct it. We are moving further astern. You can see another angle of this flybridge, and we will enter back into the flybridge from this door. Moving inside. Now the seating arrangement facing forward. One here, you can sit 2 people here, and the other side another seating arrangement for the captain. And we have a helm station here with 2 large screens from Feruno. One can screen the radar, the other one can screen the chart plotter. You can see the MTU screens here of the engines. There are 2 MTU here, each one of them with 2,430 horsepower. The autopilot, a small controller for searchlight, multi-displays down here. You can screen anything you want, radar indicator, GPS, depth, and so on and so forth, and of course the controllers for the bow and stern thrusters. VHF machine from Ferruno down here. Now bear in mind that this boat was built as a commercial boat. It means that the standard of safety, communication and navigation is very high due to the demand of being a commercial boat and under a RINA class. Now the RINA class is not valid at the moment, but it was expired last year and everything is here in place, so it will be very easy to renew it if the new owner wish to do that. Okay, this is the way to the pilot house, the inner pilot house, but we are going to visit it from inside. And first we are going to make our way back to the main deck. This is another chance to see this flybridge from a different angle. And we are going to make our way back to the main deck aft. From here, quick visit to the water platform and the garage. And from there we will go to explore the interior of this yacht. Now to my right, before we proceed, this is the way to the engine room, and this will be our last station for today, after we will explore the interior. Okay, another look at this beautiful aft deck, and we are going further astern. You can see here the capstans for mooring and the big bullards. And we are making our way down. So here we are, and this is the huge swimming platform. Now this platform is hydraulic. It can go up and down and lift the dinghy together with it. And what we can also see here is a huge garage and storage arrangement. You can see that big fenders are stored here, surfboard, and huge amount of water, as well as other equipment. Now the length of this garage is 4.5 meters, and it can accommodate a dinghy or tender boat at this size, which can be another advantage for long cruising. Okay, now from here we will go back to the main deck and we will start to explore the main salon. And here again you can see what the asymmetric stands for. As you can see here on the port side, there is no passage, and we are going to see it from inside how this thing looks. Okay, we are proceeding inside. So here we are in the salon. It's a beautiful salon, and it feels very wide due to the asymmetric design. Obviously the port side contribution due to the fact that it doesn't have any passage here is contributing to the beam of the salon. There is a sitting arrangement here, like a long bench with a long table, dining table, and here to the starboard side there is a beautiful salon arrangement with huge windows. As I showed you from the outside, now you can understand how big they are. Kind of a counter. Now today is super hot. It's approximately 40 degrees Celsius outside and humid, not very pleasant, but here in the boat it's nice and chill and when the weather allows and it's comfortable, you can open this 3-wing door and you have one large open space between the aft deck and the salon. So here at the fore side of the salon there is a large TV from Samsung, and we will start by visiting the master cabin. Here at the port side there is a short corridor. Down here, stairway to the lower deck guest area. Here to my left there is a dayhead with sliding door, and further down to this corridor there is a separation door, this one, and when you open it you're at the master cabin. So we are at the master cabin suite, and the first thing we see here to my left is the shower, and there are 2 large sinks here and the toilet for the master cabin. Facing this area there is a large walk-in wardrobe, this one, which is separated with a sliding door. It's now locked, I think. And further inside it's the master cabin itself. It's a full beam master cabin, or nearly full beam master cabin. Bear in mind that there is no deck passage here on the port side, so the cabin stretches all the way to the hull line. And this is how it looks from here. Big mirror facing the bed, this one. Large counter here with storage arrangement down here, and behind the curtain, which is facing the camera, there is a private door for the master, this one, that allows to go out to the side passage. Here's another angle. Large windows in both sides. Now the master itself has another door which can separate it from the okay, it's locked now, but anyway, it's a sliding door which separates the master itself from the ensuite. And we are moving on our steps back. Now let's see what behind this storage. There is a private washing machine down here for the master. Additional storage. And we are stepping out from the master cabin, and from here back into the corridor. You can see the dayhead, and we are taking a sharp left and down, and from here we will go to explore the guest cabins. Very convenient stairway with a lot of holding places here, which are all covered with leather. And the arrangement is 2 cabins here and corridor, and another 2 cabins at the end of this corridor. We will start with a port side cabin aft, and this is a double bed cabin. Feels very spacious with windows with natural light. Here to my left There's a lot of storage arrangement under this counter. Big mirror facing the bed, and just in front of the camera there is arrangement for storage for personal belonging, which is quite generous, with hanging locker. And here is the ensuite, which we are stepping in now. It's a good size ensuite toilet with a separation glass door, sink, and full size shower. Nice choice of colors with a small rain shower. Okay, we are stepping out from the ensuite back to this port side guest cabin. Another storage arrangement on the other side of the cabin. Here we can see some electronics are stored related to audio system. Another hanging locker down here. So all in all, you have a lot of space for personal belongings. We are stepping out back to the corridor and to the identical double guest cabin bed, and then again this counter and the storage arrangement similar to the one that we just saw, and similar ensuite, toilet and sink and identical size shower. Stepping out from the ensuite back to the cabin itself, and in front of the camera you can see the other storage arrangement identical to the other cabin. And we are going out to the short corridor and turning to the starboard cabin. Now this cabin has a very wide bed which will accommodate a teenager couple or a very loving young couple. It's too narrow to define it as a double bed, but this thing can be changed and a double bed can be placed here. So this is why I mentioned that this boat will accommodate 9 guests instead of 10 guests. A place for gym machine, maybe that was the intention from the beginning when the boat was placed. You can see the big mirrors just in front of the camera. So yeah, you have kind of a 1.5 bed here. Storage arrangement quite generous. Some electronics of audio and Wi-Fi in here, and ensuite, which is now a little bit used for some cleaning stuff, vacuum cleaner. Same size of shower as we saw in the other cabins, sink, and underneath here there is toilet down here. Also ironing board. Okay, stepping back to the cabin, out to the short corridor, and from here we will see the last cabin, which is another double bed cabin. These beds are king size, they are large beds. You can see the storage arrangement down there, and additional storage arrangement underneath the counter, and then again very large mirror facing the bed. Ensuite, a little bit different setup, but nearly the same size. Shower might be the same size, same theme of colors. Sink and toilet. Now from here we will step outside to the corridor. We are going to, this is the air conditioning controller. The boat is freezing cold, which is very good news, because outside, as I mentioned, it's going around 40 degrees Celsius and humid, so it means that the air conditioning system here is very strong. We are back to the main deck, to the small corridor. Master cabin is there. We are turning the camera astern back to this beautiful salon. Another angle to see this salon, this long bench here, and a long dining table, and the seating arrangement with the big windows. And from here we will step to the starboard side, and we are going to explore the bridge. So basically this door, again, sliding door. There is a lot of sliding doors in this boat, which makes a lot of sense because it's saving a lot of space. So this door is separating the guest area from the crew area, and once it's closed, the crew can go from the galley, which we are going to visit soon, and outside through this door and service the guests through the side passage on the starboard side. I'm turning the camera left. We will climb 5 or 6 stairs up, and we are in the closed pilot house. It's quite an impressive pilot house. It's a little bit designed as a fast boat. Has a lot of equipment. As I mentioned, the boat was registered and classified as a commercial vessel, and therefore she has a lot of safety equipment. So, and then here at the left there is kind of a large sitting or resting arrangement if the captain wants to have a nap here while another crew is watching the instruments on a long passage. And behind me is the way to the fly bridge, which we saw earlier from outside. So let's have a look at what kind of equipment we have here. All right, this is Navtex providing some weather forecast and so on. Fire alarm system machine. We have 4 large screens here, which can provide any detail that you need about navigation and safety. At the moment 2 of them are open. Down here we can see the bow and aft thrusters, controllers, and the and the throttles, of course. This one is controlling the screen. Moving to the port side. Now this is a joystick to control the that can control the thrusters and the engine combined, and this one is the screen for the CMC electrical stabilizers. I haven't mentioned before, but there is a stabilizers here, fin stabilizers, electrical stabilizer from CMC Marine. The screen itself belongs to Mitsubishi. This is the autopilot. This is the screen for the autopilot, and another controller for the screens. Here to my left there is another fire alarm system backing up the other one that we saw, and this is a fish finder, which is it's a depth sounder and a fish finder. So that was the pilot house of the Sunlorenzo 102 SL Asymmetric. Another last view, and we are going, and of course a beautiful captain's chair, very convenient. Additional instruments are here, up here. I hope you can see it. It's a little bit dark, at least on my screen. Okay, so we are diving back to the main deck. A lot of all kinds of procedure instructions here related to the commercial status of the boat, or what it used to be. This one and that one. All right, finally diving down back to the main deck, 5 stairs, and we are taking a sharp left, and here again there is a separation door, sliding door, and this door is separating this very small corridor from the galley, and here we are in the galley. So let's see, here to my left, or sorry, to my right, there is a big fridge from Liberair, and 2 freezers here, down here, large freezers, another one here. Now if you wish to have additional refrigeration area, you can use the garage. You can place a big machine there. Very large working surface with a beautiful window for the cook to enjoy the environment. Down here, dishwasher, 2 deep sinks, additional working surfaces. Above we have a microwave from Gaggenau, and from the other side, let's have a look at the other side. Okay, this is how it looks. Lots of storage space above here and there, and there is a very big induction stove from Gaggenau underneath, oven from Gaggenau, and then very deep drawers, spices, and this one is not a drawer, and this one for different kitchenware, and yeah, probably additional ones here. Check it. Yeah, very big storage in deep for pots and pans. Another one there, and here where we came from, there is another large storage for dry food. All this, and another one here. Now this one is actually not a storage. This one leads to kind of a electrical room and instrument room. It has all kinds of chargers, inverters, brain for the various machinery here. So it's kind of an electronic room. It is very well air conditioned. As you can know, these electronic machines doesn't like to be overheated, and when they are cool and nice, they are functioning very well. So we are moving through the galley, and we are going to dive down into the crew area. We are stepping down to the lower deck. There is a handlebar here to make your way safe, and this is how the crew area looks when you enter it. And here to the right there is a pantry for the crew, large window which can be opened when it's possible and safe. Kind of a storage here, or actually this is a large electrical panel. On the other side, a fridge for the crew, very nice. And we are turning again, and this is the captain's cabin. It's a good size cabin for the captain. It also has quite good arrangement here with storage space under the bed. It has its own bathroom in very reasonable size and in good condition. stepping outside of the captain's cabin back to the corridor. Here to my left, some storage space, and we are stepping deep into this corridor. It's quite a short one, and we have another two cabins here for the crew with two bank beds in reasonable size. The one at the top is very high. Now it's covered because it's full with personal belongings. Each one of the crew has his own locker. Here 1 and 2, and on the other cabin you can actually see better the upper bed. Here it is, and underneath storage arrangement, and here personal lockers for the crew. And just behind me there is an ensuite for this cabin. I didn't show you the ensuite of the other cabin, but it's identical to that one. Same condition, toilet and sink, and a reasonable size shower. So that was the crew accommodation, and now from here we are heading all the way back to the aft deck, and from there we will dive into the engine room, and I'm going to give you a lot of explanations about the technical part of this boat. Okay, stepping through the galley and into the salon. And we proceed astern through the salon. We can see here the stairs leading to the flybridge, covered with glass. It's quite nice. And from here back to the aft deck, and we are going to dive inside the engine room through this door. Okay, this is a kind of indication screen for tank levels, electric power status, and so on and so forth. Now this is the stairs down to the engine room. It's quite steep, so I'm going to meet you there in a second. Okay, so we are in the engine room. Let's have a quick look around first before we dive into the details. There's kind of an extension there. You can see the shore power line coming in. Some pumps here. Turning the camera. Big electrical panel here, and these are the engines, the MTU engines. Each one of them has 2,430 horsepower, which is 1,790 kilowatts. These engines have only 520 running hours at the moment. They are brand new, they look new, they feel new. Engine room is super clean, very well arranged. Let's go along in the central corridor. Now the gearboxes here are a V-type. It means that the power of the engine is transmitted forward, and then the shaft is going astern, as we can see here. This is the shaft. This is the shaft under the engine and back to the propellers. Now here is the starboard side. There is a Kohler generator here with 50 kilowatts. The generator has approximately 5,600 engine hours. That means that the boat stayed long time on the anchor, not using the engines too much, but running the generators quite generously. And this is the port side engine. Then again, the gearbox, the V gearbox, and the shaft down there, transmitting the power to the propeller under the engine. And the generator, the other generator, is here on the port side. Now, what we can see above and behind this generator is the two electrical boxes for the CMC electrical fin stabilizers, and this big hydraulic power station is related to side power. This is the machines who are operating the thrusters, the bow thruster and the stern thruster. Okay, let's move astern through the corridor in between the engines, and we are turning left, and there is a system here which is a sewage treatment system. That means that's following up international regulations. You are not allowed to throw your black water on your bilge water in order to prevent pollution. So this system know how to treat the black water, and then you can throw the clean water out. And yeah, okay, down here, large air conditioning system. To my right there is a big water maker from Hidromar. This unit, this produces 280 liter per hour. Down here, now I have to dive down a little bit, but we have water pumps, fresh water pumps, pumps here related to the air conditioning system. And back there far at the far end of the camera, you can see the hydraulic engine for the stern thruster, and also part of the rudder, the shaft which is controlling, or the rod which is connecting between the rudders. That will require quite a long crawl, which I'm going to save for myself today. All right, going out. Let's have the last look of this nice electrical panel. All right, that was the last part of our trip today. Sunlorenzo SL102 Asymmetric. If you want to learn more about this boat, visit her webpage by using the link at the video description below.